On the Zones and Rules interface, the first thing you will notice is the tracking display window, which shows all moving and stationary targets that are currently being tracked by the engine. Now if I double click on the tracking display window to create a zone like so, you will notice on the right hand side of the page the Properties Inspector. The Properties Inspector allows the user to assign rules to zones like the one I have created. The bottom of the page shows the event history, which shows the history of objects that have triggered rules and generated alarms. In order to detect events of interest, detection zones and lines must be defined first. Detection zones define an area of interest, whereas detection lines define a line instead of a region. To create a zone, double-click on the tracking display window. The new zone will appear in the display. You can also do this by right-clicking on the tracking display and selecting Zone Line and then selecting Create Zone. If you click back on the zone, every time you create a zone, default information about that zone is displayed in the Properties Inspector. For example, you can see the zone name, color, and type, which is in this case a detection zone. You can also see the different rules that can be applied to the zone. Let's give this zone a name. Let's call it Blue Zone. Let's change the color to blue. Notice that you can also move the zone around the page without any restrictions. You can change the size and the shape of the zone by grabbing the nodes and dragging them across the page like so. It is also possible to create a zone with any shape by adding additional nodes. To add a node, double-click on the edge of the zone, like so. Notice that you can also do this by right-clicking on the edge of the zone, select Node, and insert node. To remove nodes, right-click on the node. Notice how the node turns grey. Select Node and remove Node. To remove the blue zone, right-click anywhere on it, select Zone, and remove Zone.